Oh, hey folks, how you doing? Paul here with you. Good to have you with me. And what we're going to do is um, we're going to cover the markets, and then I'll get into the first thing we're going to do is looky here. Look at what I got. Does anybody know what this is? I know what it is. It is a disc, a golf disc. And I always buy Innova, but I saw this commercial. It was on YouTube. It wasn't really a commercial. It's the guy who said he can throw really far with this disc. So I think it's called a DD3 or something. I forgot now. But it's used, and I sent away for it, and it was $15 shipped. So here it is, and I just took it out. I don't know what this is. But it's used, and it's, now, first of all, I've had these discs. These ones that have this on there, they're harder to find in the grass because sometimes all you can see is that part. I remember they're Axiom, aren't they? Isn't this an Axiom? Okay, this is a 162 gram, and that's not bad. I can handle a 162. In fact, some of the farthest throws I have ever made have been with 162s, including an Innova Shrike at 162 that I couldn't do anything with two 163 Shrikes for 9 or 10 months or a year. I couldn't do anything with them. I bought one of these 162 Shrikes. I put it on the embankment on the first throw. So I put a Daedalus 162, and I had a 163 that I got very close to the embankment with the first throw I ever made deep a couple years ago, and or so. And now we have this one. Now this is called a time lapse. I don't know much about it. Let's take a look at it and run it down. I want to make sure that there's no smiles in this, or something that's gone through the disc, and it doesn't look like there is. This looks like a robot on here, and what we'll do is we'll just bring up time lapse. How's that? And then we'll see how it goes here, and look to see what this disc is supposed to look like. Axiom 162 gram time lapse golf disc. It's called a fission. This one's called a fission. It's special edition fission time lapse, and I can't make anything else out of it. I see something here saying 864. 864. I don't know what that means. Maybe it was somebody trying to put their number on there to save their disc. I can't make out anything else, and I don't even know who makes it's Axiom. So, like I told you, I've had these discs before, and I did not like them. I got to look at the flight numbers on this because I hope that this one does not go and break off early and go to the left. I believe that's called overstable. So hopefully it's not like that, because that's what I found all the other Axiom discs do for me. So I took a chance for sure on this. Now let's take a look at the flight numbers of the, let's see, the Axiom, let's see, discount discs. Simon line. I don't know if this is a Simon line. This is a fission time lapse. So let's see. It's a special edition too. But like I said, it's kind of all worn down. So let me see if I can find this in this special edition plastic. And here it is. Anyways, it's $24 here, but it's probably new. That's the exact disc right there. That is the exact disc. All right, so let me see what it is. What is it, a robot getting ready to throw? Let me see what that is. Yeah, it's a robot getting ready to throw. Let me look at the pink one and see if there's any more thing to it. Okay, it's a special edition. Simon Lizette. I wonder if it says fission in here. It does. So that must be what this is. That's why this was so much money, because although it was just $15 with shipping. Okay, it's a 12-speed. It's a 5 glide, which is good, and it's a -1 turn with a 3 fade. So the flight should be like this. When you throw it, it should break to the right. It should not go very much, and then it should start to turn back into its fade. Not good news. Had I known it was this, I probably wouldn't have bought it. I don't know how they're going to get these to go to the right. You see it. You see it. You see it on TV, on YouTube, when you see these guys throwing through trees and stuff. You can get, discs, if you're right-handed, they always break to the left, in their fade. But these guys get them to go to the right. And I honestly do not know how they do it. So the 12-speed is fine, and the glide is okay for 5. I'd rather have a 6, to be honest with you. And the -1 turn, I'd rather have a -3 or -5. And fade 3. Now let's take a look at these reviews. I'll read you the reviews. Let's see if they show it. I'll read this to you. It says the first 12-speed featuring gyro overmold. Technology is also the first Simon line disc, designed by Simon to feature the best of what a 12-speed can offer. There's enough glide and turn to generate some truly massive flights, but it also has the right amount of fade to make these flights predictable and controllable. When it comes to hand feel, the 22 millimeter rim width represents the perfect middle ground between speed and maximum comfort. Let me feel that. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep. Feels good. It makes for maximum comfort, while the gentle dome makes the time lapse feel amazing for backhand drives and adds some glide at the same time. It doesn't have excessive. It does not have excessive dome to it. But we're going to see. My guess is that I'm going to be disappointed. This disc is going to go. Even if you don't want to go too much hyzer like this, because this disc is going to guaranteed break off. If you're throwing a Mamba, that has a -5. It's highly unstable, and that will go to the right. This one will not. Even when you hyzer them to the left, they flip up and then they turn over to the right. This one should not do that, at least not much. So I will tell you, though, that, I had that funny experience with, not that I was with him, but he came down here to Snyder Park on a $79 flight junket for like a day and a half, just to come down and play some disc golf with his buddy there, and his buddy's as good as he is. And he's like ridiculous. He's almost as good as Simon. It's incredible. That guy's really good. He's a little Spanish guy or something. But anyways, let me just finish this up, what it says here. High power players will find the time lapse to be a controllable max distance crusher, allowing you to create Simon lines of your own, while low power players will love the time lapse as a controlled distance driver and potentially a wind fighter as well. I kind of get that, because this is kind of a heavy disc. It will perform in the wind, and it looks like it's a pretty thin profile to me. It's not sticking up like other discs. Okay. considering the weight, and it says weight, W-A-I-T, the first 12-speed from MVP absolutely had to be perfect. Thanks to Simon at 12.5 minus 1.3, we truly think it is. So we'll see. And then Joe's Universal Flight Chart. I don't know what this means, but that's what it has. Okay, here's supposedly what it's supposed to do. Just like I told you, it does not go, when you're throwing right-handed, it does not go very far to the right. And that's bad news for me because I need the turn to the right because that's where you get your distance. Once it gives it up and goes to the fade, to the left, it's over. You don't get very much distance. You get almost nothing. So high power players, I don't know if I have a high power arm. I have a probably intermediate. So it's showing 450 feet. I doubt that as well. Okay. The lowest throw here is representing around something around 300 feet and breaking off to the left rather quickly. That may be where I live. So we'll see how this goes. Let's go ahead and watch a YouTube video on it. We probably got one with Simon on there on YouTube. So let's check it out and let's see what we can expect. We'll check out some people. I will bet you I do not like this. I'll bet you I don't like this. By the way, Britney Spears is going off the deep end. I'm worried about her. She just evidently cannot be left unguarded because that's what her dad said. That's why, he had listening devices underneath the bed and all that because she's just a fucking Looney Tune. And she starts getting into the alternate universe business and all the rest of that crap. Let's see. Miley Cyrus is a billionaire, they say. I believe it. Let's see. All right, let's take a look and see if we can get the time lapse. Time LAPSE time lapse 162 gram disc. Let's see what comes up here. Okay, it's 167 and 157. I didn't even know they made. But I wouldn't have bought anything in the 150s. Even though I throw 148s and 149s, for some reason, I don't throw discs very well in the 150s. I don't know why. I've tried it multiple times. This dude is saying he's getting 475 feet out of this. Part-time disc golf. Okay, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's see what we've got here. Level 3, 500 feet, retooled time lapse. 3 levels with the retooled time lapse. Time lapse, retooled bombs. Okay, this might have been what I saw. The problem is, I don't know how to throw discs very well. I mean, I know I brag because I throw pretty good for a man my age. But, okay, this one bombs. Okay, let's take a look at this one maybe. Okay, let's take a look at this. The time lapse for everyday people. Let's take a look. Mere mortals, MVP fission time lapse. All right, let's see what this is. And then.
Yo, what the hell, man? You almost made me.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The time lapse has finally come out in fission plastic, and I got it in 167 grams. How's it gonna fly? Let's go.
0.
Hey guys, one of the most hyped discs last year was the time lapse, and now it's actually in a plastic that we can throw. If you guys got one of the original time lapses, you guys figured out pretty quick, super meat hook, unless you can throw 80 miles an hour, no need to throw this one. Well, Now we got the fission version of it, and I got a 167 gram version of it. Is this a time lapse that the mere mortals can throw? Let's find out.
Yeah.
All right, I got my 2 time lapses. This was the one that came out last year, 175 grams, neutron plastic, super meat hook. And now the new fission version, this is 167 grams. These should fly totally different, at least I'm hoping so. But let's see what happens. So I'm gonna start with the first, the neutron. This one should be super meat hook.
Meaning to the left.
Doesn't disappoint. Look how stable that thing is. Went maybe 300 feet if I'm lucky, and on a hyzer pretty much the whole way. Super excited about this. The dome on both of them feel about the same, but I can definitely tell it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more flexible. So here we go. Is this the answer to all our dreams? Okay, look, I get turn out of it. Oh my goodness.
It went back to the right.
Guys, I think this is the answer to all our dreams. Okay, when we all first got the time lapses last year, we saw that -1.3 number and we're like, sweet, this is the destroyer we've all been wanting from MVP. And then we all went out and threw it, and it flew like the most stable thing we've ever thrown in our lives. Well, guys, the fission might be the answer here. I know the one I have is 167 grams, and I think this might be one that my arm speed can actually handle. We're gonna try this one more time. This time I'm actually gonna measure it. We're gonna go neutron first on a nice straight flat line, fission, and then we're gonna measure how far they go. All right, that's about as flat as I can do. Hooks up so early into the goal, okay? That was definitely less than 300 feet. All right, now let's try the fission version. Look at that turn. Man, went way past the basket. Flare skip. All right, let's measure it. All right, guys, just did a measurement on U-disc. This one was 300 feet. This one was 370 feet. Pretty much the same throw. This one's just able to actually get that -1 turn with the 3 finish, whereas this is just beef all day long. All right, let's try another one, because when I threw this one, I actually threw it kind of low and it didn't really get the full flex. So let's try this one more time. Nice and flat as I can get it. Enough air on it, and look how it knifes down. Wow, super stable. All right, fission time. There we go. That's a lot more air on it. We're going to get a full flex flight out of this one. Ooh, that should be good. All right. All right, let's go get a measurement. All right, I'm actually surprised at these results. The neutron one went 309 feet, which isn't super surprising. That's about my max distance with this thing, throwing it flat. But the fission one, I finally got a full flight out of it, throwing it nice and flat, about the same height as the neutron one. Ended up going 401 feet. All right, guys, I think we found the answer. The time lapse, fission plastic. This might be the time lapse for us mere mortals. Guys, I'm so excited we finally found a time lapse we can throw. Let's put it through the ringer. We're gonna put the neutron one away. So let's do a hyzer throw with this, and then we're gonna do an anhyzer throw, and then we're gonna wrap this up. So here we go. Let's see if we can get a little flip up out of this guy.
This is reversed. He's really a right-hander.
On a hyzer. Oh yeah, it does flip up a little bit. Beautiful. Guys, so excited about this. All right, trust me when I say this, guys. We got a little delayed gratification on the time-lapse drop. We were super excited to be able to throw like Simon with those neutron ones. It didn't happen, but go out and get yourself one of these fission ones. Like I said, I have a 167 gram one out of the box. It's bombing already. So see if you can get your hands on one.
I'm glad I got a 162, 167.
Go on up and grab. Okay, final throw we're going to do with this fission one. We're going to do a nice high anhyzer. We're going to see if we can get super flex line out of this, max distance type line. Let's see if we can beat that 401 foot shot we did earlier.
Wow.
There we go. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Yes, 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 yes. Wow. There's a tear coming down. I don't know if you can see it. It's beautiful. Well, I didn't beat my 401 from earlier, but I did tie it. So that's pretty interesting. 2 big
401 is
throws
good.
with this, a little bit over 400 feet. That is awesome. If I can really dial this in, maybe I can get over 400 feet more often, but
These
that's
guys
about
like
my max
Simon
distance
Lizette
anyway.
and
Guys,
Antonio
straight out of the
Varela
box,
or whatever his name is.
167 gram
Guys, they throw
fission
these
time
things over
lapse.
600 feet.
You guys saw the
It's
result.
astonishing.
It's actually a time lapse that us mere mortals can throw.
Well, I'm glad
Hey, if
I
you're
got a
looking to get
fission.
one of these, maybe even a lightweight one like
Right.
this, you guys know where to go. Head on over to Disc Golf Deals. Use my code. Until I see you guys next time, peace out.
All right, well, I'm happy to see that. Don't forget, I'm a 63-year-old man, coming up on 64 years old. So, you know, I'm glad I got the lighter, lightweight disc. This is definitely 162. I see it on the back. And I just can't wait to throw it. I wanted to throw it today, but I just couldn't get it together. I just could not get it together. And hopefully tomorrow I can. Hopefully tomorrow I can do it. So, anyways, that's it for this little round of disc golf. And I'll try to throw it tomorrow for you guys and see if I can do 400 feet. And if I can do 400 feet, it's a good disc. But I'll probably wind up, my guess, I'll probably 350 out on this. But if I can make the embankment on that area that I throw at, that's at least 381, 382. If it goes up a little bit on the bank, you're talking 388, 390, if not more. It's 400 at the top at least. Anyways, folks, take care. Thanks for being with me. We will try out our fission axiom discmania. Is that what they called it? Or I forgot the name of it. But we're going to be getting into this tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I got to cut a yard tomorrow. Yeah, I may not be able to do it, but I got to because Saturday I have to work. So I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. We're going to have to finish that yard off. Maybe I'll try to do it at night. I don't know. Maybe that's just a lawyer's office. And I can do it at 8 o'clock at night. I have all weekend to do it. I think I prefer to do this. Frankly, I like the money, but I'd like to do this. It's been a while since I got out and did my discs. And my arm is repaired now because it was all fucking wiped out. I threw for 2 days in a row, hundreds of discs. So anyways, folks, take care. And I will see you tomorrow where we will probably 350 out on this. But I'm going to be looking for that 400-foot throw. Let's see what I can do with it, all right? Let's see if I can adapt to this. I don't like the flight numbers, but we'll see. All right, bye.